I'm Dina Carole with Q103. Wait till you hear our guest. Her name is Lauren. You're going to love this. Ooh. Oh, yes. The music says it all. You can come on down and be a contestant on The Price is Right. You know that that's the game that we play on Fun and Games on Thursday. But this morning, we thought it'd be nice to have an additional cup of joy. And a guest is in studio. Her name is Lauren, and she happened to be on The Price is Right. Oh my goodness, Lauren, how cool is this?
Yeah, I'm still processing, honestly. I did it in January and it aired yesterday, but it still feels not real.
Oh
honestly.
my gosh, it's awesome. Yeah. So I know there's a story behind the story, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But you know, everyone's trying to figure out how you did that. How did you even get on The Price? I'm a little bit jelly right now.
Yeah.
Because it's on my bucket list.
It's actually easier than you would think. So if you go to their website, you can get free tickets as long as they're filming. There's like a link on the side. I forget what months they film. They're actually on break now, and then I think for next season they're starting again in April and May. And you just go to their website and sign up for tickets, and it's free. And the tip that I would give, which I didn't know, is that there's two kinds of tickets. There's like regular tickets.
Okay.
And then there's priority tickets.
Oh.
Regular tickets, you have to like get in line at 7 a.m. and like hope you get picked, blah, blah, blah. Priority tickets, you just get on automatically. Not on to play, but in the audience.
Oh.
So like literally on the website it says get tickets, and then you select regular or priority. The only thing with priority is you have to show up by like 9 a.m. So as long as you're there by 9 a.m. and you have like your ID and all your stuff ready to go, you get into the audience. There's like 170 people in the audience. So yeah, the tickets are free as long as they're available.
And you
can
have to
go.
obviously get there.
And you have to get there. So
Okay.
my family and I were on vacation in San Diego, and LA was like an hour and a half drive. And so we left my husband, my brother-in-law, and our kids in the hotel. And my mom and I and my sister drove to LA at like 5 in the morning because LA traffic.
Yeah. Which is very similar to Frederick traffic.
It is. It's like being on 15, honestly. So we drove at like 5 a.m., got to LA, got to the studio, you give them all your stuff, then you wait for hours and hours, and there's an interview. The interview is how they pick people.
Gotcha.
So if you want tips on like getting on to play, you have to be really like excited, animated. They ask you like where you're from and what you do. You go in like groups of 10. And they kind of I think they just like want people who are excited.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with The Price is Right. I was an 80s, 90s baby, so like every time I was sick home from school, like I would watch Bob Barker on Price is Right.
I think we all grew up with The Price is Right. It's been on for years.
Yeah.
Joining us in studio at Q103 is Lauren from Frederick, and you hear the theme music going underneath. It is The Price is Right as an additional cup of joy today. Now, the reason behind the reason you went, which is a heartwarming story, which is why it's another cup of joy. Would you please mind sharing? That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll try to not get emotional.
It's all good. You know what? We're real here in Q103. We're all family, so go ahead and cry.
I love that.
We'll cry with you.
Oh, thank you. No, so like I said, I grew up watching Price is Right. When I was sick, or like I would stay with my grandparents. But my dad always loved game shows too. He grew up watching like old school, like Card Sharks, Deal or No Deal, original Price is Right. We would watch all that together. He got sick with cancer a couple years ago.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
We lost him 2 years ago. But when he was sick, I would come over and watch game shows with him, and we would always watch Let's Make a Deal at 10 a.m. and then 11 a.m. was Price is Right.
Same in our house.
Yes.
Yeah, we all did that. It's like we grew up together.
You grew up with that
this.
schedule.
Yes.
So I would like work from home. I took some time off to see him when he was sick. So my sister and I would go over and watch game shows with him. We would always like scream at the TV. Bet $1, like you have higher. Exactly. So when we were going to be in California, I was like, we have to try to get on Price is Right.
To honor your dad.
Because dad, yeah. So,
now did you share that story in the interview?
I didn't share it in the interview. I did tell Drew Carey. So there's a lot of downtime that you don't see.
Okay.
So the episode's like I don't know, 45 minutes, but we filmed for almost 3 hours.
Wow.
And like between your games, so I did get called on down, and I did get to play.
Oh, yay!
I actually went to the showcase. I went all the way.
Now, I know that we're not doing any spoiler alerts because this aired yesterday.
Yeah, I mean.
But I'm here, so I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, what was the prize that you won when you got up to?
So the Bitters Row prize, this is actually hilarious because before we went on, I said to my family, like, I'm pretty good at groceries. I have young kids, so, like, I know how much diapers cost. I was like, I just can't get, like, exercise equipment because that's, like, not my vibe. So I won on exercise equipment. It was, like, $600 worth of exercise equipment.
Wow.
But the reason I won is because I bet $1. And, like, my dad was in my head, and I was like, so the earlier you get called up, the better position you get in Bitters Row, because eventually you'll get to bid last, and that's the key position.
Sure.
Because then you know what everyone else bids. So I was like, if I can be last, I'll either bet $1 over. Like if everyone said 500, you say 501, right? Or you bet $1.
Right.
So everyone was betting like 900, 1,000 for these like it was like free weights and like balance boards, which again I don't know how much exercise equipment costs, but I was like, I'm just gonna bet $1. Like my dad was in my head, and so I was like, $1, Drew. Here, you know, whatever. And that's how I won.
Nice.
So I won that, and then I got to play a game. I don't know if you want me to spoil like my prizes and.
Well, which game did you play?
So I played the bargain game, which is actually, thankfully, one of the easier ones.
Okay, that's a newer game.
It's newer.
It's not like the yodeling guy.
No, it's not fun, honestly.
Or Plinko.
Yeah.
The newer games, I feel like, are not as good as classic.
They're
Price
not.
is
No,
Right.
I wanted Plinko real bad.
Yeah.
Actually, the woman like 2 games after me did play yodeling guy. But no, so my game, they had 2 big prizes, and they gave prices, and then I had to pick which one I thought was a bigger bargain.
Yeah.
So I had an ATV. Which I was like, how much does an ATV cost?
Right.
And then this like crazy gas, like very fancy gas grill with like a rotisserie and all this stuff. And so they showed me 2 prizes, 2 prices, and I had to guess like which one I thought was actually worth more money. Basically.
Sure.
I had no idea, but if you watch my episode, my mom and sister were in the audience wearing the same like bright pink shirts. Whatever. And if you look, my sister's in the audience being like, Carole! Carole! Like, we have screenshots of her, and she's like, ah! So I pretty much just looked at them, and I was like, that's what I'm going to do. So thankfully, they helped me win.
That's awesome. But I understand that you went to the Showcase Showdown, but you didn't win that. But this is what I'm saying.
But I won the wheel, which is like all I wanted to do.
That is awesome. And so that is a huge... just a win all around. Your whole family got to go. You got to honor your dad.
Yeah.
And you got to check it off your bucket list.
And actually, so my showcase bid, so most people do like round numbers, like they end in 1,000 or whatever. Mine, I ended in 524 because that's my dad's birthday. Aww. And I looked in the audience, and my mom and sister were like sobbing, and they got it, and I was like, that's all I needed. So.
You're a winner to us, Lauren, on Key 103. What a wonderful cup of joy! I gotta give you a hug.
Oh,
that's awesome.
You.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
But Cup of Joy, we can do these anytime. We love to focus on good things, positive things, and making the best out of a situation that sometimes brings us tears. If you have something to share, you can certainly reach out, Dina, D-I-N-A, at key103radio.com. That was